Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Thanks for joining us on this last Tuesday before Christmas morning. I'm your Tuesday morning host, Matt Ryerson. This is my co-host, Matthew Tolbert.
The red nose to your Rudolph, Matt.
I'll let you maintain that Christmas theme throughout.
I think it's very important. Even though I'm still feeling a little Grinchy this year, I feel like
it's like 5 days away.
No, I will say that I've gotten a little bit better since we got the tree up.
Right.
And then this last weekend, my daughter went and saw Santa over here at the mall.
Yes.
And so it's helped a little bit.
Right.
And then Sunday night we did Christmas for us because we're going out of town this week. We're going to go up and see the in-laws.
Cool.
So we did Christmas for us this week. And so it's starting to, but I'm still a few days away.
Yeah. In fact, it was funny. We rang the bell, Salvation Army bell, on Saturday morning.
That's right.
Matt and I and a friend of ours, Cliff Eason, rang the bell out in front of Kmart.
Cliff was wearing the apron, which is
yes,
nice.
he was. And the funny part of that is, as we started ringing the bell, they asked us to go away. Kmart said, "Can you go out further away from the store?"
Yes, they said, "We don't want Christmas spirit in here."
That's not at all what they said.
We don't want charity giving.
No.
They said they didn't want to hear the bell is what they said. It was driving them insane.
Us nuts to hear 8 hours of bell ringing.
They were very nice over at Kmart, actually.
They were great hosts. But Saturday night, my wife and I, we do this every year. We have tickets to the Chattanooga Symphony Orchestra.
Right.
CSO. And if you're looking at me saying you don't look like a symphony guy, you are correct. I am not typically a symphony guy. However,
well, you would say that, except that you've had tickets there for the last
4 years.
4 years.
Absolutely.
I mean, you go there a lot.
We do, and we enjoy it. And they always do the week before Christmas. They do like a home for the holidays, and it's all Christmas music. And it is typically quite extraordinary. I'll just say many of my top tens were on display.
Well, that's
I'll
great.
just get, although Grandma got ran over by a reindeer was not one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you missed that on Thursday too.
I heard you did a performance.
I did. I performed that song, slightly new lyrics, but I
But anyways, at the CSO, Voices of Lee made an appearance.
Really? From the university over here? That's great.
They did. And I got to tell you, last year they blew the roof off the place. I mean, they were extraordinary. This year, even better. In fact, I mean, everybody's in a Christmas spirit. Everything gets applause. They came out and sang their thing. Mm-hmm. They got a standing ovation. Only standing ovation of the night. The whole symphony, the orchestra did not get a standing ovation.
Which is kind of too bad.
Yeah. And they were
their show.
And they were wonderful. But Voices of Lee got a standing ovation, got called back out on the stage to do another song. And it was just Danny Murray and his team over at the university.
Even.
Yes, absolutely. They are spectacular, especially with the Christmas music. They do a wonderful job. So if you get a chance to see Voices of Lee,
who's the new maestra there at Chattanooga Symphony? Is she?
Yes. Her name is Koyoyoko Dan.
Right.
She is pretty good, apparently. However, Bob Bernhardt, Maestro Bernhardt, still does the pop series, which is what we go to.
Okay, all right. So
he still does ours.
So he's kind of part-time.
Yeah, they actually have a cool title for him. It's something like
visiting maestro.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, which I'm really.
So he was the guy. He was the maestro on last night then, or last week.
Yeah, this past weekend he was the maestro. So. Yeah, it was pretty extraordinary. And
cool.
I tell you what, it's hard not to get into the spirit. They had like Carol of the Bells, and they came out with this whole band. I don't know what the right term is, but these people who just play bells.
Oh, bell choir.
Bell choir, right. They came out and did that. So it was really special. It was exciting.
Very cool.
And in fact, one of the cool things with this John Williams, I think his name was John Williams, I'm probably screwing us up. He came in and did a couple of songs. Actually, they're called suites, so they're a compilation of songs. He is a director for music for movies, and he did...
Whoa, no, wait a minute. Are you talking about the John Williams?
Yes. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking. Star Wars, Superman,
Yes.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he was there.
Jaws.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my goodness.
His music from the Santa Claus, which also made my top 10.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You got to see John Williams?
John Williams. He did the Santa Claus, and then he did from Deck the Halls.
I wish I knew that.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. And his daughter, who is also a talented musician, came and sang a song, a written song that she wrote about the holidays.
He is like the maestro of my life.
Okay.
Like all the music, like the Star Wars music, because I was a huge Star Wars fan when I was a kid, and Indiana Jones. It's like those songs were always playing in my head.
You know what? This will make me feel awkward if I had this name wrong. Although I'm pretty sure it was good.
No, John Williams did those songs, and he does movies all different kinds
he
of
did.
movies.
Whoever is the guy that does the music for Deck the Halls and the Santa Claus.
He's pretty much the only guy who does music for Steven Spielberg, for instance.
Then probably was him. Yeah. So there you go. So that was my weekend. So I am pumped up. I'm ready. I'm excited for the holiday spirit. I'm full.
I'm kind of bummed right now. I'm kind of bummed that I missed John Williams.
Yeah.
I wish I had known. I would have gone.
If that added to your Grinchiness, I apologize.
It kind of did.
Did you see last week Barbara Walters' Most Fascinating People special?
No.
She selected Steve Jobs as the most fascinating person of the year, which was really interesting because he is a fascinating character.
I would have to kind of agree with her on that. I mean, he's a pretty...
The difference is she had a requirement that the people had to be alive to qualify for hers, but she thought that he was so fascinating that they made an exception because she requires an interview.
Right, because they want to do an interview.
Right.
But she can't interview him. Now, she probably has interviewed him in the past.
Yeah, and she had some old footage, and that was pretty extraordinary. But some other choices on her list of most fascinating.
Yes.
Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell was on there.
Really interesting.
Yeah, fascinating, I think.
Fascinating?
Yeah. Well, and he made a big change. He quit American Idol, went to the X Factor.
All right, well, that's true. That's true.
So it was kind of a big
Leaving a franchise like the American Idol is pretty
the two men that play the gay couple on Modern Family, if you haven't seen this television show.
Wait a minute. You're saying that these guys are some of the most fascinating people in the world?
So says Barbara Walters.
Oh, whatever.
And what's interesting about this is they're actors, obviously. One of the actors is gay. The other one is straight. Okay. So she asked the straight guy, do people confuse you and think you're gay in real life? And I'm like, of course they do. He plays a gay guy on TV.
I would think so. That's not a very hard-hitting question.
No. Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters.
Yeah, she's gone a little soft. Derek Jeter, which was interesting. But probably the two most fascinating interviews of this show for me was Herman Cain.
Herman Cain.
And we are having our political analyst extraordinaire.
Milan Blake.
Milan Blake will be on the show later to talk politics.
Herman Cain was fascinating. I'll go ahead and do that.
He was, and he was a very interesting interview. And then also, our favorite, the Kardashian family.
Oh.
Most fascinating. Now you got to admit they were headline stealers.
Well, they were fascinating. I'll give you that, but in an atrocious way.
It was interesting.
Did you see that our hearts are going to be saddened because Britney Spears is engaged? Did you see this?
She is. I did.
It's like a former manager agent of hers, and he's like 10 years older than she is. But I am just so glad that it's not Kevin Federline.
Although I did see a quote from K-Fed that he wishes her well and he's happy for her.
Like we care what he thinks.
Now, I got to say this. I got to put this out there. I'm rooting for Britney Spears.
I am too.
I mean, when you see her go through everything, and a lot of it was self-inflicted.
She's bipolar.
But she went through just such a public breakdown that ever since then I've really been pulling for. So I actually hope this works out for me.
I often use her as an example in my psychology classes for dealing with psychological disorders, because it's not often you see someone shave their head and attack a car with an umbrella. And she did that, and I thought that was fantastic.
This past Sunday night, did you see the finale for Survivor South Pacific?
No. Did Survivor still exists?
Yeah, apparently nobody else did either. This show is this is the 23rd season of Survivor.
23rd season.
That's actually more seasons than MASH.
But now they do 2 seasons in a year oftentimes.
Yeah. So it's that's a little bit.
So it's been only like 12 or 13 years.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Sophie Clark was the winner, and I don't know anything about it.
Like we care.
Exactly.
I hate to make those comments, but so did you see Mission Impossible?
Oh, yes.
Sherlock Holmes. Those are some two fabulous, cool Christmas type movies that are coming out this Christmas that we need to see if you haven't seen
This
it.
is our last show before Christmas. We're trying to tie it all to Christmas. Unfortunately, this one's a little difficult. However, Jeremy Renner is apparently taking over for Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible series.
Right.
And he makes an appearance in this movie, a significant appearance.
Yes, he's a main character in this movie.
So I am excited.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited. This week I'm going to go see those movies. That's going to be my Christmas movie experience.
I actually also want to see what just looks like an uplifting movie, Matt Damon movie. We bought a zoo.
We bought a zoo. Yeah,
looks like an uplifting movie. I wonder what our movie guys on Friday.
Yeah, I think that's going to be great because Scarlett Johansson's in it and she's beautiful.
Yes. Did you see Howard Stern's going to judge America's Got Talent?
Watch my eyes.
For those of you at home, I'll tell you that was a major rolling of the eyes. I think this might be a good role for him, though. I mean, he seems to be a pretty judgmental guy.
Yeah, so, he is. I think he is an entertaining guy. He's kind of an idiot and kind of entertaining. He kind of plays the Matt Tolbert role, if you think like that. So I think it might actually be successful.
Harsher. Yeah, he's a little harsher. All right, we're going to take a quick look at our weather. It was cold this morning, but I tell you, we got kind of a warming trend here.
Yeah, it's going to warm up a little bit.
Yesterday, it was like 60. Today, it's almost going to hit 60. We're going to have a chance of rain. Tomorrow, same thing, chance of rain, high is 63. And then Thursday, chance of rain, high of 58. It's not feeling very Christmas-like.
No, it's not. And they're talking a lot of rain over the next few days.
Yeah.
After this weekend even.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be rainy and in the 50s.
We got a white Christmas last year. I don't think that's going to happen this year.
I don't think so either.
So we just got to hold on to the memories and pictures of that one for future years here in Tennessee. But that's our look at the weather. We are going to come right back in just a moment, right after this commercial break, with Milan Blake, our political analyst extraordinaire.
Get his prediction.
That's right. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, getting ready for this beautiful Tuesday before Christmas. We are honored, blessed to have the most extraordinary political analyst outside Anderson Cooper here in the studio. Milan Blake, thanks for joining us, Milan.
Guys, how are you?
We're doing great.
Really, really well.
Milan, our viewers actually may not even know this. The next 2 weeks, Mr. Tolbert and I are taking some time off. We have, by the way, for all of our fans out there, or if there's just the one, our fan out there, we have some special shows coming up next week.
They're really good shows.
Christmas special, and then we have a best of show coming up the week after that. But what that means, Milan, is the next time we're on television live, Iowa will be done.
Yes. It'll be in the books, huh?
It'll be in the
Already
books.
happened.
So we needed you here today to help us. What is the landscape looking like, in the GOP particularly? What's it looking like right now? Who's the favorite? Who's out ahead? What's going on?
Well, the last time I looked, it looks like Iowa is almost a three-way tie.
A three-way tie?
Almost percentage-wise. Gingrich, Romney, and now Ron Paul is surged up.
Ron Paul?
Yeah, has done very well. Gingrich is playing to the social conservatives.
Right.
In fact, I think it was last night he made some comments about, anti-judiciary type stuff, which is always plays very, very well there. But Ron Paul has come very well with his debates.
See, now last time you were on.
The good thing is we're done with the debates.
Yeah, that's true. That was the last one Saturday night or something.
Saturday night live or something.
Now, the last time you were on, Gingrich was surging.
He was surging, and he surged pretty good, but now he's plateaued.
So has he faded at all, or is he just plateaued? He's fading too.
A little bit. That was to be expected. I mean, there's always a little bit of pullback, but it seems like it's sustainable though.
So three-way tie: Romney, Gingrich, and Paul.
Okay,
Iowa.
Before we get too much into these three characters,
yes,
some of our other that have been at the top of the heap, Herman Cain.
Herman Cain is out completely.
He's suspended. He's gone. He's done.
I talked with some officials up in Nashville the other day. He even pulled off the ballot here in Tennessee.
So he's completely out. There's no coming back.
He's done.
Okay, I keep hearing Donald Trump's name thrown out there. he wants to lead a debate or something. What's Donald?
He pulled out on that debate, and I heard a little joke the other day that if he doesn't run for the Republican Party, he should run for the Whig Party.
I love it. I don't think we've heard the last
At least maybe the comb-over part.
There we go. Oh, by the way, he was also on Barbara Walters' most fascinating list.
Yeah.
But so he's pulled out, but he's going to be on the sidelines, screaming and yelling and throwing stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll here pretty soon.
He was threatening to actually run as an independent, wasn't he?
I don't think he will. I think that's just what it is, a threat.
And then everybody's favorite, Michelle Bachmann. She led in Iowa ages ago.
Straw poll, yeah.
She won the straw poll there. How's Michelle standing?
She should do well, but I don't know if she's going to do well enough to sustain, the rest of January and through on to Super Tuesday.
So if she struggles in Iowa,
it depends. It really just depends on how well she does. I mean, I would put her in the category of those who really have to do well in Iowa, which would be Rick Perry, Centurion, and Bachmann. They have to do well in order to keep going. The others can probably coast through and go on to New Hampshire, South Carolina. But they've got to do well.
What about Rick Perry?
Right.
Does he have any chance at all in Iowa?
That's his base. That's where he should do well statistically and demographics. He should do well in Iowa, but he's obviously had some slip-ups here and there. But he does have a lot of money.
You think?
He does. He does still have a lot of money. and he's running those commercials. So.
I feel for Rick Perry because we've all been there. And the biggest fumble, was he tried to remember the three departments he would get rid of in the federal government. He remembered two. He couldn't remember the third. And he says, "Oops." We've all been there, haven't we?
He should stick to 2 items, right?
Exactly. Or write them down.
I don't know. He could have saved face a lot.
Sarah Palin just writes them on her hand. I don't know why. She could have wrote them there. All right, so we have our three favorites. We have the Newt, we have Ron Paul, and we have the Mitt.
Yes.
All right, so describe the differences for us. For those of us who maybe like myself don't follow politics awfully closely, what are some of the subtle differences between these three?
Newt tends to do well with those who are more conservative. Mitt is more moderate. You know, there's some issues that he could probably agree with Democrats and liberals. And Ron Paul is just very physical, responsible, but takes them away with national defense and international stuff.
So because
He
Ron
scares
Paul,
a lot of people on that Iran issue.
okay,
Right.
so Ron Paul is like, we don't want to have any kind of foreign, presence at all.
Yeah.
He's just like a homebody.
Yeah, he wants to just, America.
He's the guy sitting at home at Saturday night watching TV with his wife, and he doesn't go out.
It seems that way.
And that's what he's going to do with his national defense. He's going to bring everybody home and say, we're at home. We're not going to bother mess with anything out there.
But we all know that's, we're an international country, so I mean, we're going to have relationships with other countries and do well.
Right, right. So we're going to put you on the spot here, Milan, because the next time we come live, Iowa will be done.
Iowa will be done. Yeah.
It'll be in the books. So your prediction: who takes Iowa?
Who wins Iowa? I will say probably Newt.
Newt
Gingrich wins Iowa.
I think so.
Wow.
But remember, 70% of the people in Iowa have still stated up until today that they haven't made up their mind. So
Wow, that's an amazingly high number.
They're waiting to the last
Because back 4 years ago, Mike Huckabee won Iowa, and that came out of nowhere. Nobody expected that.
Exactly. So it's not always how much money you have. It's really the message that you have, in a way, and how well you articulate that.
Wow.
So will Newt Gingrich be able to sustain a win from Iowa through the rest of the primary?
That's the big question, isn't it?
You see, that's why he's the analyst right there.
Well, here's the thing with Newt is that he tends to do very well when he's under pressure and the chips are on the table. But when everything's going well, he kind of puts that foot in his mouth and gets in trouble somewhere. So it's almost like he needs to be in a difficult situation for him to perform well. But when he's up front and doing well and coasting, he makes statements like putting a man on the moon or something about the moon or something the other day, and you're like, come back to reality,
So let me ask you this then. Obviously, Matt's question is leading, and my question is probably even more leading. Of those three candidates, which of those three is most likely able to beat President Barack Obama in a general election?
I think everybody would agree that Mitt Romney has the best chance to beat President Obama.
Okay.
Because he's moderate and
Moderate.
he'll appeal
Because
more
he'll
to
appeal
the
to the
independents.
independents and some Democrats who are not happy with President Obama.
So Ron Paul and Newt Gingrich, who are more conservative than Mitt, even though they might be front runners and may even win this, are actually somewhat less likely to win in a general election against Obama.
Right. So the Republicans in the primary have to make a choice. Do they get the one that's the most conservative, or do they get the one that has the best chance of going against Obama?
Wow, interesting.
So it's interesting that he said that they had to go with the most conservative or the one that could beat Obama. He didn't say they go with the one that they like or agree with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Politics, folks, and that's why we have a professional come
I
on.
don't know about that.
Milo, we really appreciate you coming on the show. Thanks for being here. And you brought your two sons, and we got to give a shout out to Asa and Eli, who are with him here in studio today. We thank you guys, and I understand they're just stud baseball players.
Asa plays baseball, and Eli is on the Mayfield Eagles.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, we're glad to have them in studio today with us. So, and once again, Milan, thanks for being with us.
Thank you guys. Merry Christmas, both of
Merry
you guys.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
We are Channel 5.
Welcome back, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. Boy, we wish we could say it was snowy and cold being the week of Christmas, but
it's a little drizzly and
yeah,
warm.
it's going to be wet and warm. But welcome back anyways. We're glad you're joining us today. What, Milan Blake, I love that segment.
He's a good guy. I like his perspective and the fact that he doesn't answer questions. I appreciate that as well.
Perfect politician. For those of you who don't know, he has a radio show on Monday mornings on Whoop Radio, 7 o'clock a.m. to about 8:30 a.m., 99.0 FM. You can catch Milan there in his show. He goes into a lot more detail, not only national, federal politics, but also local politics, which is always a good show. But right now, we really wanted to get some real hard-hitting news.
And this, because of our special shows next week and the week after, this is the last Things That Matter of the year. Right here before Christmas. My name is Matt, and these are the things that matter now. The Stockton Record is a newspaper in Stockton, reports that 18-year-old George Herrera got stuck in a chimney while trying to sneak into his house Thursday. Ray says Herrera was trapped near the chimney bottom for about 90 minutes before emergency crews were called around 10:15 a.m. When they arrived, they could see his feet sticking out of the fireplace.
I love this story. I love this story that it's this week, the week of Christmas. You know, Santa, kids, if you're watching, Santa has some really neat techniques and some magic and technology that help him avoid this very situation.
He can shrink.
Yeah, he's got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to see that, there's lots of movies out there. But apparently George Herrera, 18 of Stockton, doesn't have those skills.
He has no magic. And I think it sounds as if maybe he has an overlarge belly. And because of that overlarge belly, he got stuck. Can you imagine being the emergency worker walking into this person's house, walking to the fireplace, and just see 2 feet dangling below the opening of the chimney?
First of all, I'd love to have heard the 911 call related to that. And number two, I'm just thinking about George Herrera, and you know, he's obviously snuck out because he's sneaking into his house.
Yeah.
So he must have snuck out. He's out too late. You know, a lot of teens go through this. A lot of teens kind of bite the bullet. They just go in the front door. Some trying to sneak in the window. I wonder at what point George said, you know, I think the chimney is the way to go. I mean, that's...
well, he's 18 years old and apparently a little stupid. So that would be... I'm sorry, George. I apologize, George, for
another
that
person
comment.
we need to apologize.
But just for you, just for your knowledge, watch Back to the Future. Because in that movie, Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox's character, crawls out his window and goes in through the back gate.
Yes.
That is a better way than trying to get in through the chimney.
Hide a key. There's all sorts of other options.
All right, Matt. Here, in Madison, Wisconsin. Apparently they're not too smart up there either. Police say 2 men in their late 20s stole DVDs and computer games from a Target on Tuesday and last Tuesday, and they discussed their plans to fence the goods while driving away. Investigators say the duo did not realize that one of them had pocket-dialed 911. A dispatcher listened in for nearly an hour as they discussed what they had stolen and where they might sell it. Police say they even described their vehicle.
Okay. This is too good. First of all, I need to say, I lived in Madison, Wisconsin, and I will attest to the fact that the IQ seems to go down the further north you go. All right? So even though I wasn't born in the South, I got here as quickly as I could because I think the IQ's higher here. And so for our friend Jennifer James, who lives even further north.
She had to get down here too because she's really smart.
That's right. All her neighbors.
All her neighbors and apparently her family. No, not her family.
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
her family.
Jennifer James, I apologize for that comment.
But what I loved is the pocket dialing sensation. I think most people who carry a cell phone in their pocket have experienced this at some point in time or even received a phone call from somebody who is pocket dialing.
I have actually received one from you.
Yes, that has happened. I just find it interesting that they pocket dialed 911.
What are the odds that they dial 911? And who in their right mind describes their vehicle?
Boy, lucky the police didn't see our red 1999 Chevy pickup driving away from the scene.
It's just ridiculous.
But the wherewithal for the 911 dispatcher to say, hey, this is fishy. I'm going to stay on the line and start taking notes.
Oh, that's man, that is something else.
That's a good one.
I'll tell you. There's a new Guinness Book of World Record, a new world record. Excuse me. A new world record for the shortest woman in the world goes to Jyoti Amji. She is 18 years old, and she stands just 24.7 inches tall.
Wow.
That is shorter than the average 2-year-old.
Wow.
When Guinness representatives visited London and measured her at a ceremony attended by about 30 relatives and friends in the town of Nagpur, India. She's 18, and she is 2 feet tall.
Wow. That's something else.
It's amazing. And see the pictures of her. They're just, I mean, she looks like a little girl, just a tiny little 2-year-old girl.
A couple things with this story. Number one, 2012 is a big year for this show. We got all sorts of set design ideas that everything's going to be different. One of the things, though, one of our plans. We're going to
set some world records if we can.
We actually are going to set world records on this show live.
On the show, yes. But
this will not be one of them.
No, I don't.
24
First
inches.
off, I'm not a woman. Secondly, there's no way I could be. But now she is not a dwarf. She doesn't suffer from dwarfism.
So she's actually.
She is she doesn't suffer from dwarfism. She is just a very short person. She stands like about like that.
Off the table.
Off the table. Off the table. About like that off the table. Wow. Oh my. Wisconsin again. A municipal court convicted 19-year-old Alexander Hart of disorderly conduct on Tuesday after posting photographs of himself on Facebook, planking at several locations around town. I'm not sure if you know what planking is. It's this idea of holding your body steady at a parallel to the ground, but people have gotten into this craze taking pictures of themselves doing this planking, head on one end, feet on the other, planking in various locations. Well, he posted 10 photographs of him planking, and they were presented as evidence in the court to show that he planked across an ATM machine, boxed merchandise at Walmart, several lawn mowers, a Walmart checkout counter, a Lowe's department store shelf, and a police car. And because of that, the police charged him with disorderly conduct.
What? So first of all, the planking is pretty harmless, I think. Generally, you're just laying down, right?
I think that they protested his use of a police vehicle.
That one is kind of funny.
And you know what's very interesting about this story? After he was convicted, and he had to pay like $330 or something like that for disorderly, after he was convicted the same day, he got busted for pot. The same day.
That's interesting.
So at first he's like protesting, I'm innocent, I don't know what this is all about. And then he gets busted for marijuana.
Kids out there, there's the dangers of smoking weed. One more.
I got two more actually.
Oh,
They're short.
okay.
They're both short. They're both short. And someone has dropped a rare coin worth about $1,700 into a Salvation Army kettle. And we just did bell ringing for the Salvation Army. We did not get a coin worth that much, but I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Here locally, though, to add to that, somebody put $1,000. They put 10 $100 bills in anonymously in a local kettle.
I love the generous nature that some people have, especially at Christmas time. But here's a very interesting one, going back to the whole John Williams Star Wars thing. An Oregon man went Darth Vader on customers at a Toys R Us when he allegedly assaulted at least 3 people by wielding a toy lightsaber. He assaulted people with a lightsaber.
I like it.
My thinking is he's at Toys R Us. He's probably just playing.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I said
He's playing with a toy.
Please, I'm not advocating going out and assaulting people. Matt told me it's okay. It's funny. I'm not. I'm just thinking my son and I are constantly sort of.
I would feel for the guy if the police did not approach him outside the Toys R Us and attempt to apprehend him by tasing him, and he blocked the taser with his lightsaber. Literally,
he used the Force.
They shot a taser, and he took it and he knocked it away, and so they. It's hilarious.
Oh, I love this.
He is a regular Jedi Knight.
He is
a regular real life Jedi Knight.
Feel the Force, Luke. Wow, that's good stuff, man. Excellent.
My name is Matt, and those are the things that matter right before Christmas.
There you go. There you go. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. It's like 4 days till Christmas. Christmas?
5 days.
Christmas is on Sunday.
Sunday,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, 5 days to Christmas. So the countdown continues. Thanks for joining on this Tuesday morning right before Christmas. Again, Matt Ryerson, your Tuesday morning host. Matthew Tolbert, my co-host. We love having you here.
Yes.
And folks, I got to tell you, next two Tuesdays, a week from today, right after Christmas, we actually have a follow-up Christmas special.
It's a Christmas special that is going to be all Christmas. It's 2 days after Christmas, but people are still in the spirit.
Yes.
Right?
And I love your comment. Let us be the last to wish you Merry Christmas.
Yes, yes.
Everybody wants to be first. We want to be last.
And so it's a Christmas special 1 week from today.
And it'll probably include this segment, which is pretty exciting. But also 2 weeks from today, and this is really exciting for me.
Yes.
We have what we are titling the best of Matt and Matt on Tuesday mornings.
On Tuesday mornings, that's right.
And we find that title interesting because the whole term best of is...
It really makes you think that there was some good points.
It suggests that we're good at some level.
Yeah.
Which,
and in actuality, it couldn't be further from the truth. So our expectations are not real high here.
But it's still correct. You know, even if we're bad all year, this is the best of the bad.
Okay, all right, I can see that.
So we have several different segments on that show. That show is going to be really
That's going to be a lot of fun. You want to catch that show in 2 weeks.
And I think that's January 3rd, and then we'll be right back here live 3 weeks from today.
Yes.
So and
setting
at that
world
point,
records and everything else.
Yeah,
if we
new
can.
set, and we got new people playing on here. We're gonna have lots of
Won't
cool
be a
stuff.
completely new set. We're just gonna have new decorations.
That's right, and cool stuff.
And cool stuff.
We're gonna have giveaways. I'm giving stuff away.
Really?
You watch the show? I'm giving real stuff away.
Can I get some of that stuff?
Employees are not eligible.
Employee would denote that I'm paid.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you are eligible.
Okay,
eligible.
fantastic.
All right, the last several weeks we've done our top 10 list.
Well, you've done your top 10
I've
list.
done my top 10 list.
And though you have made some good selections, there have been some selections that make us all wonder why.
We've had the top 10 Christmas songs, top 10 Christmas movies. Last week was top 10 Christmas traditions, and now,
yes,
our favorite topic.
I'm excited about this list, actually.
Top 10 Christmas foods.
And because I'm going to get hungry as you say this.
Here we go. And some of these are going to be shockers. Some people are going to say, I can't believe you left off. And we may talk about that. Top 10
I may
Christmas
say
foods.
that actually as well.
Top 10 Christmas food. Number 10?
Yes.
Turkey.
Now, okay, turkey. Now, that's only number 10?
Yes, a lot of people are going to say the same. I hate to say it. I mean, I like turkey on Thanksgiving. I like turkey on Christmas. But, I got to admit, I'm kind of, it's not my favorite part of the plate.
I will have to agree with you. I actually don't, I'm not a big turkey fan.
Yeah.
I just don't, I love chicken.
Yeah.
But turkey is just not something that I'm really into.
So it's only number 10. It made the list.
But making the list is important, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's right. I've had turkey folks lobbying me all week.
Now, have you ever tried deep fried turkey?
Deep fried turkey is good.
I've never tried that.
Yes. Yeah. It's good. It's
is
real
it
good.
Basically like chicken? Is
It's juicier. It's got a little more flavor to
Cool.
it. See, that's the problem with turkey. A lot of people overdo it. It's dry. Not very
I could see
flavorful.
that. I could see that.
Not my in-laws who are watching this. Certainly wouldn't be them. Number 9. Let's move on. Apple cider. Apple cider.
Apple cider?
Yes.
Now, all right.
It's kind of a family tradition. I like apple cider.
Okay, well, if it's a family tradition, that's fine.
Particularly like warm apple.
Apple cider. Now, I grew up. A lot of where I grew up is up in the Northwest, the Pacific Northwest, in Washington State.
Yes.
And that's where like all the Washington apples came from the valley that I lived in.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it comes from. And so apple cider was everywhere.
Right.
So I got to the point where I absolutely hate apple cider.
Oh.
I hate it.
So it wouldn't have been on your list.
It would not have been on my list. Now, but if it's a family tradition, I'll give you that.
Number 8.
Okay.
This is my favorite, one of my favorites since I moved to the South. It wasn't even on the radar. Now it's right up there. Sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato casserole, yes, with
Wow.
marshmallows.
Oh man, no. But I do like it. I've had it that way. It's not.
Well,
my
you get
favorite.
like the pecans on top and the sweet stuff like that. The crust.
Yeah, marshmallow. I've had it. I'm not a marshmallow guy, but yeah, there's all sorts of combinations, all sorts
You don't
of recipes.
like marshmallows?
No, I'm not a marshmallow fan. Campfires, but outside of campfires.
All right. Sweet potato pie is not sweet potato pie, sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato casserole.
Okay.
Number 7, dressing. I actually like the dressing. That's where turkey slipped onto the top 10 because when you pour that dressing over top of it, then that's where the juices and the
pour.
Oh yeah, I like mine a little runny. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking about 2 different things. We're coming up on a different thing that you're probably confusing it with.
See, now my grandmother makes, and she lives just down here in McDonald, my grandmother makes the best cornbread dressing. But it's not runny, it's a little bit more solid.
Right, the cornbread soaks it up, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. You're talking about runny dressing.
By the way,
now you're not talking about salad dressing,
I'm going to give
are you?
No, I'm talking about turkey dressing. I'm just going to make a caveat. You just triggered cornbread did not make my top 10, not because I don't love cornbread. I absolutely love it. I just don't always associate it with a Christmas meal.
No, I agree. But the cornbread dressing, I do, however, associate. But.
Number 6, green bean casserole.
I love green bean. Actually, that's the only dish I know how to make.
I don't even know what my wife and her family puts a crunchy, like, I think they're onions.
Yeah, they're
top.
French onions.
Oh.
Crispy French onions.
Forget about it. I could just get a plate of that.
You basically throw green beans in there and maybe a little bit of salt and spices and pepper and stuff. And then you put some cream of mushroom soup over top.
Yeah.
And then some French onions on top. Oh.
Forget about it. Number 5.
Good stuff.
We are now in the top 10.
Yeah.
Now this is an old standby classic. A lot of people aren't a fan of this, but if you do it right, mashed potatoes should be in your top 5 for Christmas Day.
Not the powdered kind.
No. Blender.
Yeah, the real. Actually, I kind of like mine just a little chunky.
So do I.
Yeah, so you actually know, you taste some of the potatoes in there.
We get cheese in them, and you can do all sorts of exciting stuff.
My mother-in-law makes them and puts some cream in there.
Yes. Oh. My wife does the same thing. Unbelievable. Now, number 4 is kind of counter the turkey, and a lot of times you'll have both on the same meal, or one on Christmas Eve, one on Christmas Eve. Honey baked ham.
You know, a lot of people like honey baked ham.
I love,
especially at Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of that.
You know, a lot of people go leg of lamb. They go lamb for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of a Christmas tradition. More north, they do that.
Ebenezer Scrooge went with the Christmas goose.
Yeah. No, I'm not going with that in my top 10, but yeah. So we've got our combination of meats. We got some turkey, got some ham. I'm a honey baked ham guy. Love it. Number 3, the turkey stuffing. I love the turkey stuffing. And for me, it is different. You give me the look like it's the same thing as dressing.
It's not. I guess it's not the same thing as dressing because it's dressing.
Stuffing is like, it's literally scoop it up.
But that's like, it just seems like it's the same. It's the same thing.
It's not.
I mean, the northern
this is my list.
stuff. I know, but yeah, I see your list. I see your list. All right, fine. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Number 2. This is. I got to throw this out there. Okay, this is a Ryerson family tradition, and this is really strange. Okay, so when I was growing up, this was a family tradition. We always did this Christmas morning as we were opening presents. Right after we opened presents, this is what we had for breakfast every morning as I grew up. My wife actually happened to experience the same tradition. So the first Christmas I spent with her, I was kind of thinking about all the traditions I was giving up with the new family. And sure enough, Christmas morning, they produced cinnamon rolls. And in fact, they did a combination. We did the combination. Cinnamon rolls and those orange rolls as well with the frosting on top.
Yeah.
Every Christmas morning, my whole life, both as a child with my family and then as an adult with my wife's family. Cinnamon rolls, and I'll throw the orange rolls in there as well.
Now, the only problem I have with that, cinnamony type stuff is very Christmassy, I think.
Right.
The only problem I have with that is that I eat cinnamon rolls like all year long.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't save them for Christmas.
Which leads us to number 1. This has a good effect on the TV, I'm noticing. Number one, and nobody can debate this. Nobody can debate this.
I don't know if that's a good effect, but all right.
You are going to give me your money. Christmas cookies.
Now, I have to totally agree with you there.
Come on, folks. Christmas cookies. Now, I got several favorites I got to throw out.
No, hold on. The Christmas cookies. Now, we got to talk about this a second.
Sure, yeah.
They're like peanut butter cookies, and then there's a Hershey's Kiss right in the middle. You know what I'm talking about?
Outstanding.
Oh, I love those.
Outstanding. Those are great. My wife makes one where she gets 2 Ritz crackers. She spreads peanut butter between them.
Yeah.
And then dips them in white chocolate.
Oh, no. That is fantastic.
Unbelievable.
There's also one that my dad, his mom used to make, my grandmother used to make, and they were the pecan sandies.
Yes.
And she would make homemade pecan sandies.
That's good stuff.
They were so good.
My wife is starting to do these. This is just listen to this. She gets a chocolate chip cookie. She puts an Oreo in the middle of it. She puts an additional chocolate chip cookie on top of it. Kind of puts it down and bakes it. Chocolate chip. Oreo chocolate chip sandwich.
Oh, can I come to your house?
That is crazy good.
I want to come to your house.
Unbelievable. And then the cornflakes and the peanut butter mixed together and then bake that way.
See, now I actually make you put peanut butter chips, Reese's peanut butter chips, as well as peanut butter, and then some semi-sweet chocolate.
Yes.
And then put the cornflakes in there and make it's like a chocolate peanut butter bars. Oh.
We will look semi-bloated when we return. I'll just tell you. So that's my top 10. Number 1 is cookie. Did not make the list. Eggnog.
Eggnog. Well, you know, I'm kind of with you on that, but how in the world can you not put eggnog on a Christmas list? I mean, it is a quintessential Christmas.
You might as well give me curdled milk. And yes, I said that at 6:30 in the morning. Curdled milk.
Now you are missing hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. That's just too
Come on,
too bland.
come on, hot chocolate. Every single morning for Christmas morning at my parents' house, we wake up and we get a mug of hot chocolate, and then we open up gifts.
That's not a bad idea.
That's what we do every single
Cranberry
Christmas morning.
sauce also did not make the list. Anything that looks...
I heard that cranberry sauce is kind of a northern thing.
It probably is. Anything that physically looks like a can when you serve it is just not something I want to eat.
Now, the only thing I have to say is, all right, I'm kind of with you on most of that. It's okay. Hot chocolate, I have a hard time there.
All right.
And then, and of course, like the eggnog. I'm not a big eggnog fan.
Right.
However, my wife is a vegetarian. Okay.
Yes.
So she doesn't eat turkey or ham
right.
or any of that stuff.
Lamb or goose.
No, or goose. She doesn't eat any of that stuff. So what we do is we make her a vegetarian Christmas roast.
Okay. What's in that?
It's called a cottage cheese loaf. Yes, cottage cheese loaf. It's really good, actually. I'm not a vegetarian, but I love it. It's really good. You throw in there.
So you're making cottage cheese into a meat.
Basically, yeah. No, what you do is you take cottage cheese and you actually take some vegetarian meat, like some soy meat type meats, and you throw that in there. And then it's sometimes called Special K loaf because you throw in Special K cereal.
Okay.
And then you mix that up with some nuts and a little bit of other kinds of cheeses, and then you bake it. That thing is so good.
Reason number 1, not to be a vegetarian.
I will tell you right now, I gave Mrs. Claus the recipe, our local Mrs. Claus here, Joyce Vanderpool.
Yeah.
And she made it. She loves it.
She loves it. So there it is, folks. Controversial top 10 Christmas foods for you. We hope you're getting ready for a wonderful Christmas season. We got one more segment. We'll be right back.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley. We're still debating politics.
Well, I know we're getting into politics, but also food.
Yes.
I'm very hungry right now.
Absolutely, I'm starving. Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Let's get you a quick look at your local weather as you get ready for your day. Today, you may want to bring your umbrella. It's a high of 59 with a good chance of rain. It's going to be that way almost all day. The temperature's not going to vary much. And then tomorrow, more rain possible, maybe even a little bit warmer. And then Thursday, it looks like the same. High of 58 with chance of rain. Not really the week of weather we want going into Christmas, but, you know, we play the hand that's dealt to us.
Christmas
and that's okay.
is not about the weather.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not real
anyways.
happy about the cold, the warm stuff, but you know.
You know, speaking of this week, and as I said, we got 2 special shows coming up. Next 2 weeks should be really exciting on Tuesday morning, so don't miss it. But we won't be here live. We're actually going on our Christmas break.
Yes.
And with that, we have some very special people we want to acknowledge. Who's your favorite person?
My
today,
favorite person is my mother-in-law, Judy Fletcher Norwood. Her last name's Norwood, Judy Norwood, but her maiden name was Fletcher. She really holds on to that. She actually was born in North Carolina, and they have a big Fletcher over there. But Judy Norwood, because she's going to be feeding me for the next week. And I'm looking forward to that because she's a very good cook. And now that I'm as hungry as I am for all this Christmassy type stuff, I'm looking forward. She might even make a cottage cheese loaf.
I'm going to go down the same vein. My mother-in-law, Cindy Weeks, who I just adore. My father-in-law was my favorite person a couple weeks ago when I tore up his yard. I hope you fixed that, Joey, because I'm coming back. If you fixed it or you didn't, I'll tear it up again probably. So Cindy Weeks, Grandma Horner, and Grandma Weeks, I'll get to see them all, and I am going to get fat over the weekend. I'm going to be eating a lot of good food. So
am I, unfortunately.
It's going to be exciting. Folks, we really appreciate it. We've been on since July,
the beginning, middle of July.
And we just want to say a heartfelt thank you for those of you who've joined us and watched us every morning. We really appreciate you.
We have a lot of fun on this show, and we're glad that you tune in to catch this fun, and hopefully it's been entertaining and fun for you as well.
We got some cool stuff planned for the new year, so we hope you continue to join us and let us be the first and possibly the last if you watch us in a couple weeks or next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, folks. Have a wonderful Christmas.